Hi guys, so today I want to share another story with you. Today I want to talk about 90 Day Fiance, Paul visa denied, causes more baby trouble for Karine, plus a quick review recap of last night's episode. Okay, you guys, it's that time again. It's time to talk about the three-ring circus act that goes by the nickname 90 Day Fiance. And just like any other circus act, I would say that every single couple on this show could be the opening act. So let's just start this video out talking about the King of Weirdos. And I don't even think Paul's a weirdo anymore. He's graduated to a freak that needs to be under surveillance at all times. Do you think they have those ankle tracking devices in Brazil? I mean, really, Karine really needs to take some food money and think about investing in some kind of tracking device. I still like him and would have him over for dinner any day of the week. The only difference is I will make sure my purse and my credit cards were locked up. Especially now that he's been denied residency in Brazil because of terrorism and war crimes. Like, huh, what? Now it's making me think maybe he had a reason for buying a bulletproof baby backpack. Like, Paul, what the hell have you been doing in your spare time? Now, according to Paul, this was a simple misunderstanding. The only thing that happened was he had an argument with his ex-girlfriend that was having an affair on him, and he threatened to slash her tires and made a couple bad comments. And that was it. Although it did say war crimes. Okay, Paul, if you say it's no big deal, then I guess it's no big deal. And by the way, dinner at my house, canceled. I mean, I forgot I had to be somewhere that night, but you're still my buddy. So in this episode, they decide that Karine should go stay with family in a different city. And they decided to get to this new city by boat. However, when they get their room on the boat, the first thing Paul does is start taping up windows. Then he pulled out a tent for them to sleep in on top of the bed. I really thought he was going to pull out some kind of face mask and a crowbar. I mean, he's getting so bad, even Karine had to mention for the first time that Paul is kind of strange. That poor baby probably is going to have to go to school in bulletproof socks. There were so many signs for Karine that Paul was weird, but she ignored them all and decided to marry him and have a baby by him. So I really can't say I feel bad for her. Let's move on. Next, let's talk about my favorite couple, and that would be Sumit and Jenny. I mean, I really love Sumit, and my obsession with him grew when I saw him cutting Jenny's toenails. I thought, why couldn't I find me a little sucker to cut my toenails? I mean, I really thought about dumping my husband and going to that little app that Jenny went to so I can get me a Sumit until I realized just how much danger Sumit's life is in. The rumors that I'm hearing is that their country is very, very strict. They have a lot of rules that they must follow. Even worse than that, they really value their sons. There's been rumor that some people will secretly kill their daughters because they want a son. In other words, they have really high expectations of their sons. And even worse than that, they have these things called honor killings. Like if you feel like your child isn't honoring your family, they will take you out. And you guys know what I mean by take you out. I mean, this is no joke. But with that being said, since I realize now how serious this situation is, why wouldn't Sumit just come to the U.S.? I'm thinking he probably wants the best of both worlds. He wants Jenny and his family together. And to be honest, I don't think that's going to happen. Nevertheless, this was the biggest dilemma this episode with this couple. Next, there was Evelyn and Cory. And really, guys, this was just like watching another episode of Drill Sergeant and Cadet Student. Really, I would say Cory was a failing student. It really does take him a long time to catch on to things. So this week, instead of staying with their grandmother in her hut, they decide to go to Evelyn's apartment. And I really would compare that to maybe like a 2-star hotel and they upgrade it to a 3-star. I mean, this apartment had moldy, rusty pots that would look like you could catch gangrene if you ate off of it. And no matter how bad the situation got, Cory just kept coming back like an unpredictable pimple. And I think everyone should ease up on Cory because I really do think he's a victim of Stockholm Syndrome. You know, when you develop feelings for your captor. We should all ease up from calling Cory a dumbass fool and just remember that he has Stockholm Syndrome disease. Next, we have Tiffany and Ronald. I really like Tiffany, but I really would describe her as a really good mother that sometimes dabbles in child abuse. Because really, people, there is no other way to describe Tiffany trying to convince the world's best son, that would be Daniel, that living in South Africa is going to be great. Now she's telling him how great it's going to be as they drive around the town, passing lots of trash on the ground. Like, why was there so much trash on the ground? I wouldn't know. I've never been to South Africa. However, she still wants Daniel to like South Africa as Ronald is explaining crazy things to him, like I guess they have a human trafficking problem over there. I don't even know what that is. I think he mentioned something like they kidnap little boys. Then there was my favorite about being careful from the bombings. I mean, when he said that, I just couldn't take it anymore. And after saying all that, he tried to finish it off in an uplifting way by saying, but it's a really nice place to stay. This is no shade to South Africa, but as an adult, I'm thinking, no thank you. I wasn't the only one thinking that way. Cute little Daniel said out of his own mouth would rather go home. But tone deaf Tiffany wasn't listening. He decides to really scare the hell out of the audience by asking Ronald to go into details about his criminal record. So he did. He says that he was caught with LSD and heroin in his jacket pocket. Now, of course, it wasn't his jacket. It was his friend's jacket that he was wearing. Okay, Ronald. Then he got in trouble for stealing his mother's refrigerator. Really, Ronald? You didn't think she would miss her fridge? Then he got caught stealing money from his employer. According to Ronald, this was the only charge that he was found guilty of. Now, these crimes are serious, people. Really serious. Now, I don't know if Ronald's a changed man or not, but I will say bringing my child around him could appear to be another form of dabbling in child abuse. And as strange as it might seem, I still like Tiffany. I really like her a lot. And I do realize that all of this is water under the bridge because in real time, these two already have a baby. So let's just all keep our fingers crossed and hope everything works out for Tiffany. So what I want to know in my comment section today is, who thinks there may be more to Paul's criminal record? Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification button for more stories like these. Until next time, talk to you then. Bye.